खबर आई है कुछ एलियंस यूनिवर्सिटी मलेशिया सारा विच घूम रहे हैं। यह एलियंस बाकी विद्यार्थियों के नाल लेक्चर क्लास विच जाते रहे सन। Alright, we just received the news of large amount of fish died in cage farm of Ikan Selamat Sendirian Berhad at Tak Selamat River. The death of a large number of tilapia fish species is a huge serious issue which caused a huge damage to a lot of aquaculture farmers. So investigation of the cause of this sudden incident is still ongoing. I believe our reporter, Ms. Harati, is reporting live at the site Tak Selamat River. Hello? Hello? Harati, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, Ravina. Yes, I'm here at River Tak Selamat to interview the owner of the fish farm, Mr. Rashman, who was affected by this pollution.
Sungai Tak Selamat has a length of 100 km and is known for having cage culture operating along the river. We will now meet one of the cage culture owners to find out more about this case in detail.
Hi, Mr. Iman. Yeah, I'm Mr. Iman.
No.
Hi, Mr. Nasriman. May I know what is the current situation at your farm?
Yes, of course. At 6 a.m., the nearest community called me, "Hello, Encik Nasriman, what happened to your cage culture? A lot of fish died." This gives me huge of loss, my company and my team as well.
So, what do you think caused this to happen?
Yes, of course. You see, I'm very confident. You see, the factory at the upstream there. I'm very confident this is because of the sewage and chemical discharge from the factory. And then the water from that factory will flow away to my cage culture. Of course, it will affect my fish. And suddenly, my fish die. So who is responsible to this case? Of course, the owner. And I will make sure this time, the owner will be bring to the court.
Again, I'm so sorry for your loss and thank you for sharing this with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, according to Mr. Nasriman, the loss incurred due to the death of his fish totals up to be a whopping 200,000 ringgit. So, due to the seriousness of the situation, we have brought in a researcher from Keep the Water Clean to inspect and also sample the water over at this river. So here with me is Ms. Sharifah, the head of Water Quality Center. So, Ms. Sharifah, what is the importance of knowing the quality of river water that is going to help Mr. Nasriman understand the cause of death of his fishes?
So, alright, first of all, water quality, a good water quality is important to keep the ecosystem, of course, in balance. So, as you can see here, the case right now has affected tons and tons of Mr. Nasriman's fish, which killed almost all of them. And this actually has become, we suspected this is actually the worst case in 10 years. And it could, if we're not controlling it, then it could be worsened in the next 20 to 50 years. And the obvious effects, of course, is to the aquaculture production and also to other farmers. And we also suspected because right now my lab assistant is taking some water samples. She will bring back to the laboratory to check on the water quality for a water quality test. Yeah.
Alright, thank you Ms. Sharifah for the useful insights. Right now, I'm over here to head towards the water quality lab where the researchers from Keep the Water Clean have analysed the water quality from Mr. Nasriman's farm, and I'm here to find out more about it.
From the water sample analysis, we can find that it is very low in dissolved oxygen content. Oxygen deficiency causes asphyxiation and the fish will die, depending on the oxygen requirements of the species and to a lesser extent on their rate of adaptation.
So, Ms. Ivy, what is the most dangerous change in parameters that could happen?
From the water sample analysis, we found that the pH value had reached 5.5. The optimal range for fish is 6.5 until 8.5. It is very acidic for fish and this can cause damage to fish tissue, especially the gills, and causes hemorrhage in the gills and lower part of the body. Water pH has also significant influence on the toxic action of other substances such as ammonia, hydrogen sulfide, and cyanide on the fish.
Alright, that was a devastating incident that ever happened in the span of past 10 years. So, Miss Harati, this is a very serious case. Is there any possibility of ways that we can actually save this river?
To understand what can be done to improve on the current situation at Mr. Nasriman's farm, we have brought in an expert to share with us some preventive and mitigation measures that can be taken. So, Mr. Roger, since you have now understand the core cause of the mass fish mortality that happened at Mr. Nasriman's farm, so what can be done and how can we prevent this and some mitigation measures that can be done to prevent this in the future?
For temperature control, the cache should be deep enough for the fish to migrate from hotter water surface to the bottom area of the cache. For dissolved oxygen, the mesh size of the cache should not be too small to allow efficient gaseous exchange. The cache should not be placed at too shallow area, as the fishes will be exposed easily to diseases during dry season when the water level decreases. The cache should not be placed at fast flowing areas, as the fish had to overcome the water current and waste the energy. Also, the feed would be easily be washed away.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Roger. Hopefully this will be a useful guideline for other fishermen. Thank you. So that's right now I'm over at Unity to interview a successful fish farm owner who managed to overcome a huge obstacle that nearly cost him his job. So beside me now is Mr. Kelvin, who owns a Kelvin Aquaculture Farm. His farm previously suffered a mass fish mortality 5 years ago. However, since then he has expanded his farm twice the original size. So Mr. Kelvin, how has it changed since then?
It has changed a lot indeed. Bigger farm with more fish and a lot of other improvement.
Alright, can you share with us what happened last time, 5 years ago?
Last time, I started my farm with only a few knowledge about fish farming. I thought acquiring my degree in aquaculture would make me a good fish farmer. However, I did not aware that there are other aspects that I should consider for my fish farm, especially in terms of limnology.
I see, okay. How do you actually overcome the problem?
First, make sure there are oxygen sufficiently supplied to the fish. Even for holomitic water body, the oxygen supplied naturally by water mixing and produced by phytoplankton are barely enough for the fish. Thus, we use aerator to increase the concentration of dissolved oxygen. Next, for temperature, not much that we can do to control it. We can prevent the problems regarding temperature before we started our farm, that is during the site selection. We have to find water body that is deep enough so that the temperature will not fluctuate too much when surrounding temperature change. Make sure the cages are placed at suitable depth.
Alright, can you share with us what is the secret behind your rapid success?
The secret is to improvise every day so that we can be better every day. Every problem that I encountered in this farm allow me to improve my farm.
So actually recently, in fact this morning, there has been a case of mass fish mortality that occurred at Mr. Nasriman's farm. Can you share your opinions about it?
I suggest that they place their cage at the area of river with steady flow and sufficient depth. The cage should not be placed at shallow or fast flowing area. The mesh size of the cage also should be stable for gaseous exchange.
Alright, thank you Mr. Kelvin.
Yeah.
Thank you Mr. Kelvin for taking your time off and sharing this with us.
Okay, you're welcome.
This is Harati reporting for today's news. Thank you for tuning in and stay tuned for the next upcoming news.